Getting food for dinner tomorrow, getting ice cream for my pregnant wife, and making sure we have everything we need to hunker down.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast.
The third nor'easter to hit the Northeast happening right now. A look at the snow and the cold, and also the forecast here on the Suncoast.
Today, proposed major changes will be discussed among park officials and also park goers, what those changes are and how can people put in their input is straight ahead.
And the second most dangerous road in the country is right here on the Suncoast. We'll tell you what it is. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
Well, good morning. 6 o'clock on the 13th day of March, up to Tuesday now. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. A little less snow-filled this morning than out to our friends in the northeast side of the country.
Yes.
We'll take these cooler temperatures, but it is a lot colder out there this morning.
I know. Grab a jacket today,
Yeah.
John Scalzi.
Absolutely right. We have some weather watchers who are reporting, and verified by independent weather stations, by the way, in inland areas of temperatures in the 30s. In fact, Becky, our traditionally colder location in Old Myakka, reporting in with, are you ready? 33 degrees is what she has in her backyard. Mark in Palmetto has 39 degrees. And Cooper in Central Sarasota coming in 46, which is kind of representative of what a lot of folks have closer to the coastline. We have 48 degrees in Sarasota, 51 in Venice, 51 in Inglewood, 54 in Longboat Key. Lakewood Ranch comes in at 48. Bradenton comes in at 47. Then you move inland, and the temperatures fall off pretty dramatically from there. Wauchula coming in at 45, 45 in Arcadia, and as I mentioned, pockets around the Myakka River Valley and into Palmetto, even cooler than that. That represents, compared to yesterday, about a 20 to 25 degree drop in temperature over a 24-hour period. And the dew point has dropped about the same value. So it's going to be a chilly day today. Nothing on radar, dry as a bone out there. Daytime high temperatures will come in around 65. Back to you.
All right, John, talk to you again soon. Checking the roads right now. First off, in Manatee County, nothing much to speak of so far today. That's good news. Farther south, a little blip there at the 41-301 split, also along the bayfront there near the Ringling Causeway. And then checking our final map to the south, nothing much to speak of at 6:02 on this Tuesday morning. And happening right now, the third major nor'easter in 2 weeks is beginning to slam the Northeast. That means more than a foot of snow and high winds in some areas. The storm is expected to last through most of today, causing major disruptions in road and air travel. This is a live picture right now from Boston. The flight tracking site FlightAware has already reported 1,300 canceled flights for today. The first two nor'easters brought coastal flooding and hundreds of thousands of power outages. And with this third storm rolling in, more outages and more flooding is expected. For the latest on the winter storm and also local alerts, check our new app. It's under WWSB or My Suncoast.
Well, for all of you nature lovers out there, there are some major changes that are going to be coming to Lake Manatee State Park.
Marla Spence is live right now at the East Manatee Fire Rescue District in Lakewood Ranch with details of a new 10-year plan today. Marla?
Day for state park officials today. They're asking many locals who enjoy Lake Manatee State Park to put in their input on proposed changes that could change the way people enjoy the park. Today, the Florida Department of Environmental Protection's Divisions of Recreation and Parks will be discussing proposed plans that could change the way people enjoy the park. Those changes are the expansion of group camping areas, the fishing docks along the shoreline of Lake Manatee. Also, the improvement and repair of 8 existing facilities are proposed in the 10-year plan. Officials want to relocate the start of Golfer Trail to accommodate more equestrian facilities and more parking. Another change officials are proposing is to replace the ranger station to incorporate more administrative office space. Now, so far, the park attracts more than 1,300 people, and also that is the capacity of the park. After these changes are made, they hope that an additional 200 more people will come to the park, and that is also would be the expansion of the capacity. Reporting live in Lakewood Ranch, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7. 607, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thanks, Marlon. Now we sweep from Lakewood Ranch to another live picture. This is of the very quiet Boys and Girls Club, the Lee Wetherington Club, which is off Fruitville Road in Sarasota County. Why are we showing you this right now? More than 250 local leaders will arrive later today to discuss ways that Sarasota and Manatee counties can support vulnerable families or families in need. A two-day summit begins today at that location. Other news now, trial is set to begin tomorrow for the wife of the Pulse nightclub shooter. Noor Salman is facing federal charges of obstruction and providing material support to a terrorist organization. Prosecutors say she knew in advance that her husband, Omar Mateen, planned to carry out that attack back in June of 2016. He killed 49 people at the Pulse nightclub, the second deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. Defense attorneys say Salman was in an abusive marriage and had no idea what Mateen was up to. If convicted, though, she could still face life in prison.
Well, the second most dangerous road in the country is right here on the Suncoast, and you've probably driven on it. According to Fleet Management Company, they're based in Canada, US 41 is number 2 in the country with 714 fatal crashes over the last 10 years. The many local drivers we spoke to aren't surprised, and they say the highway is so congested and contains lots of impatient drivers. A spokesperson for the Florida Highway Patrol says it's important to always be a defensive driver, aware at all times.
Not only are we rushing to our destination, we're also multitasking while we're operating our motor vehicle. And this is something that the Florida Highway Patrol wants you to cease doing. We want to try to educate as many people as we can and try to convince them that the most important thing you're doing while behind the wheel is getting to that destination safely.
Watson says from January through September of last year, Florida had 85 million visitors on our stretch of 41. He attributes more fatal accidents to more people being on the road.
The number of Floridians out of work inched up last month. It's almost 4% now, still not too high. There are roughly 369,000 people without jobs who are looking for jobs, about 28,000 more than the previous month. But Florida still remains strong among the top states in job growth over the past year. Plenty of construction projects and jobs available right now in Sarasota, that's for sure.
There are, yeah, we've had Marla out and doing those. Like the number of construction projects are going up. Lots of jobs to be had.
Some projects are delayed due to a lack of workers, so there you go. Still ahead at 6:07, first alert traffic and 2 blasts that shook up Austin, Texas.
Police are now linking the recent explosions to a similar one back on March the 2nd. We've got the story about how 3 are all connected when we come back.
Here's a peek right now live at Long Island. A car on the road there, trucking along there, and
slow down.
yeah, flurries and wet roads. I don't miss those days.
No, none of it.
A little drier around here, John.
Yes, indeed it is. Quiet on radar right now across the region. And the good news is our pollen count down a little bit today. Maybe you'll get some allergy relief over the next several days. I think we'll see it lower than it has been over the previous few days thanks to yesterday's rain. The top allergens remain, however, the juniper, the oak, and the nettle. Across our region today, for the kids at the school bus stops, we're looking at temperatures that'll be on the chill side. 49 degrees for pickup time this morning, sunny but dry. Then this afternoon when they're dropped off at the stops, 64 degrees, clearing and still a little breezy. Forecast details in a minute.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
So Matt told me to meet him at 7 a.m. sharp right here. It is now 7:01 a.m. You think Matt would leave without me? Hey, is Matt here?
Long gone.
Long gone.
Just missed him.
Just missed him.
All done.
Mr. Sparky guarantees they're on time and the repair is free, so chop chop.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Matt, you started without me.
I finished without you too.
Car experts and customers agree there's a lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's 2017 most trusted brand, best overall brand, and lowest 5-year cost to own. And Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $239 a month. Or get 0% financing with 0 down during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Florida Studio Theater presents Blue Suede Shoes, celebrating the birth of rock and roll. From the father of rock and roll, Chuck Berry, to the king himself, Elvis Presley, this musical review features such great hits as Rock Around the Clock, Mustang Sally, Johnny B. Good, and of course, Blue Suede Shoes. Critics are calling Blue Suede Shoes a burst of rock history, dynamic and high voltage. Audiences are calling it phenomenal. Blue Suede Shoes has been held over by popular demand. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
It's time to take a road trip.
Alabama's got 100 road trips. And if you love the sun, you're gonna love Mobile, where Mardi Gras is king, and the accommodations will make you feel like royalty. You can take a little drive, explore Dauphin Island, or explore the past. We're talking the USS Alabama. Check out these big guns. Alabama's got 100 road trips. Plan yours at alabama.travel.
Which one you gonna take?
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device. Now, your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
48 degrees the air temperature, a significant drop since 24 hours ago, about 20-degree drop, and the dew point value also has accompanied that drop in air temperature, 39, the dew point value. So we have very dry air in place, which when heated becomes even drier, and so consequently it may make it feel a little uncomfortable in a highly heated home. We're looking at a northeast wind continuing through the day today, continuing to draw down that cooler air. In fact, we may even have another reinforcing shot of cooler air tomorrow. You'll hardly notice it coming through, except that it'll keep our temperatures cool for the remainder of the work week. 47 degrees in Bradenton, Parish at 47, Lakewood Ranch coming in at 48, 45 degrees in Wauchula. We have 51 in Venice, 51 in Inglewood, 54 at Longboat Key, 48 degrees in Sarasota, as I mentioned, and we have some personal weather stations that are reporting temperatures in the 30s in interior sections of the Suncoast, upper 30s. So some very chilly temperatures around. By 9 a.m., we'll probably be up to about 51 degrees, 59 degrees by 12 noon. Full sunshine through the period with no rain in the forecast. 65 will be our top out temperature. That's it. Cool today. Our daytime high would normally be in the mid-70s, so we're about 10 degrees below average, both on the high side and on the overnight low side as well. 3 p.m. temperatures at 65. And then as we head into the evening hours, should be nice, but cool. Nighttime temperatures at around sunset time will be in the mid-50s. So pretty cool temperatures. The futurecast shows that north wind continuing throughout the day today. Kind of breezy for the first half of the day. But then as we head into the afternoon, those wind speeds will subside just a little bit. Top it out in the afternoon at about 65 degrees, unlike yesterday when our high temperature came at 3 o'clock in the morning and then we saw the temperatures fall throughout the day. We won't repeat that today. 6 a.m. temperature tomorrow comes in about the same as it does today, in the 40s in many locations. Titan radar, dry as a bone across the region. Sweeping radar not finding any echoes to see except way down in the south. Dry Tortuga seeing a few isolated showers. Florida Straits seeing a few as well. Down around Cuba, maybe something there. Otherwise, we're looking at some pretty quiet conditions just to our north and all the way up the eastern seaboard till you get to down East Maine and the northeast. Then, of course, that nor'easter producing some heavy blasts of snow, particularly from Portland on up through Boston. We're seeing some perhaps accumulations in excess of 12 inches. In some isolated pockets in the mountainous regions, you're going to get 2 feet of snow up there. So obviously that is in the news today. Otherwise, as that low continues to drift away, we'll watch a frontal boundary continue to sag south. High pressure builds in, and as it does that today, our wind speeds start to come down. But even so, it'll be elevated for the better part of the day, and we have a small craft advisory up till 4 o'clock this afternoon, as well as a high surf advisory and a rip current advisory up to the evening hours because of those elevated wind speeds. High pressure will eventually give way to another little front that'll move through here on Wednesday, and that one promises us just that reinforcing shot of cooler, drier air. North wind coming in at 5 to 10 today, surging this evening at about 10 to 15. You are still looking at 4 to 6 foot seas and a moderate chop. Forecast calls for today's high of 65 to kind of be repeated tomorrow, maybe a degree warmer. And then as we head into Thursday, a little bit warmer, but really the warm up comes on Friday when we're back in the 70s. And over the weekend, when we're in the mid to upper 70s, the weekend looks perfect. Chance of rain on Monday. Back to you.
All right, we like all those words, John Scalzi, already looking for the weekend. Let's take a look outside to your first alert traffic out there this morning. Still not too much to see. The roads are looking pretty good out there. A little slowdown right there on State Road 64, and then we're starting to see some slowdowns on State Road 70 as well as all of that traffic picks up. If you're heading into North Sarasota, those roads are still looking pretty decent this morning. Not too much to see out there. We're starting to have just our typical slowdowns that happen on like Bee Ridge, University Parkway, as well as Fruitville. If you're heading a little farther south in the area, those roads are actually still looking pretty decent around this time in the morning. We don't see a lot of traffic usually until like the 6:30 or 6:45 area. But other than that, the traffic and the roads are looking good at 6:16 this morning.
Well, a mysterious story here in Austin, Texas. 2 people have been killed in 3 mysterious package bombings. And as ABC's Candace Gibson tells us, police believe the bombings might be related.
This morning, a $15,000 reward for information into mysterious explosions rocking Austin, Texas.
It was just a loud, loud boom.
For the 3rd time in 10 days, packages containing bombs have been left at homes just miles apart. Investigators believe the blast could be racially motivated.
We do know that both of the homes that were the recipients of these packages belonged to African Americans, so we cannot rule out that hate crime is at the core of this, but we're not saying that that's the cause as well.
One of the explosions killing a 17-year-old African-American teen and injuring a woman when they opened a package they discovered on their front porch.
We got 2 people down. It looks like one in the door and tray.
Just hours after that blast, another one, critically injuring a 75-year-old Hispanic woman who opened a package.
All of a sudden, we just heard an explosion, and I just felt it like move the ground. And that's when we walked out and we saw the smoke and the lady laying on the floor.
The latest explosions now make a total of 3 this month alone. The first killing 39-year-old Anthony House. Police say packages were not sent by mail but were left on front porches in the middle of the night. And they say the devices show a certain amount of sophistication and are powerful enough to cause extensive damage inside the homes.
These devices can explode in many ways, either by being moved or by being opened. If you see something that's out of place, do not handle it.
Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
World news now. After 7 years of war in Syria, the United Nations is pleading to stop the war on children. The numbers alone speak for themselves. Nearly 6 million are displaced or living as refugees. 2.5 million aren't in school. More than 3 million children are exposed to hazards of landmines, and nearly half of those killed by landmines are children. The UN has verified 2,500 child deaths in the past 3 years, but says the actual numbers are far higher.
Republicans on the House Intelligence Committee have abruptly ended their investigation into the Russia collusion. They say they have found no evidence of collusion between Russia and the Trump campaign. After the panel's year-long probe, they now plan to release a 150-page report on their findings based on 73 interviews and over 300,000 documents.
We've seen some perhaps meetings that were inappropriate or ill-advised to have taken. We've seen some chance coincidences where people bump into each other at various places, but no evidence of collusion.
President Trump praised the news, tweeting out the findings of that committee.
6:18 right now, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
From the producers of Grey's Anatomy and Scandal comes ABC's new legal drama For the People. Plus, Marla.
I'm live at the East Manatee Fire Rescue District, where state park officials and locals will be discussing proposed plans and changes to Lake Manatee State Park. What those changes may be is straight ahead.
Chilly on the Sun Coast, but much worse in Boston. Here's a live look from the actual road. Amazing technology. There's a Boston whaler there in the water.
Oh, no thank you. No thank you.
34 degrees and snow in Boston right now. Not too bad here. John's forecast and more news on the way on Good Morning Suncoast.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face! In your face!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles. They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Pretty picture of downtown Sarasota.
I know. I'm kind of liking this view versus the Boston that we've been seeing in a couple areas in the Northeast. Are so much colder. I'll take this view any day of the Rosemary District.
It looks just beautiful. It gets prettier as the sun rises. All right, 6:22. It's that time of year. Not just spring break right now, not just St. Patrick's Day soon, but it's also March Madness. 68 colleges taking part in the big dance. Go St. Bonaventure. Many of you watching closely. Surveys have shown most offices will have some sort of bracket or office pool at work. According to a survey from Office Team, people spend nearly half an hour a day focused on March Madness while they're at work. 62% check scores and rankings, and nearly 60% of people talk about sports while they're on the job.
I believe all of those statistics. From the producer of Grey's Anatomy and Scandal comes ABC's new legal drama, For the People. It follows a group of young lawyers as they handle some of the most high-profile and high-stakes cases in the country. I caught up with two of the cast members, Britt Robertson and Jasmine Savoy Brown. They both play public defenders who they say some of the cases on the show are going to seem familiar from some of the headlines.
One of my favorite cases is actually, I would say, familiar. It was an interesting story to me when it happened in real life, and we sort of have a spin on that. Our show, just with Kathy Griffin, the comedian, making jokes about the president, but then it actually became, a federal concern. And how does a case like that get resolved, and what are the consequences behind it? That they're familiar, but not totally ripped from the headlines.
All right, you can check out For the People. It premieres tonight at 10 o'clock right here on ABC 7.
Very nice. Tell us how you feel about it after you see it. There's our respective Facebook addresses. Make sure you stop by and say hello. We'll always write back, won't we?
That's right. And make sure you send us along your binge-watching suggestions. Speaking of TV, we like those.
Right.
That's right. All right, this morning, investigators in Austin, Texas are looking into mysterious explosions that could be hate crimes.
ABC's Alex Perez has the latest on the investigation.
This morning's GMA First Look, investigators on the hunt for a possible serial bomber. The incidents killing 2, injuring 2 others.
This evidence makes us believe that these incidents are related.
Authorities say the packages were not delivered by mail service. Instead, in each case, a mysterious average-sized letterbox package was left on the victim's front door, left without a knock or doorbell ring.
The victims have gone out and they have handled them in some way or another, and we've had the explosions occur.
The string of package explosions starting March 2nd at 6:55 a.m. when 39-year-old Anthony House was killed. A next-door neighbor who heard the explosion attempted to help save House's life.
He looked at me with a very glazed-over look on his face and pretty much immediately collapsed.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the latest on the investigation. With your GMA First Look, I'm Alex Perez, ABC News, Austin, Texas.
Moms have their own way to test things. What about baby soap? This paper represents proteins in your baby's skin. Only Baby Dove with our 1/4 moisturizing cream leaves baby's skin more nourished with every bath.
Cough doesn't sound so good. Take me Cinex DM.
I'll text you in 4 hours when your cough returns.
One pill lasts 12 hours, so...
Looks like I'm good all night.
Why take 4-hour cough medicine? Just one Mucinex lasts 12 hours. Let's end this.
You take care of business. Let Office Depot Office Max take care of you. And this week, shop our paper event and save on Boise Case paper for just $29.99. Plus, get your Office Depot paper subscription. Subscribe at officedepot.com/subscriptions.
Feel the clarity of non-drowsy Claritin and relief from symptoms caused by over 200 allergens, like those from Buddy. Because stuffed animals are clearly no substitute for real ones. Feel the clarity and live Claritin Clear.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore, but there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Thank you.
What are you doing? You are the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit helpsavethenextgirl.com and get involved.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
But I will say we will build a wall. We have to build a wall. We have to build a wall. And the Democrats are holding it back.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast.
President Trump going to California today to check out options for a Mexican border wall.
I'm live at the East Manatee Fire Rescue District, where state park officials and local park goers will be meeting to discuss improvement plans to Lake Manatee State Park. What those improvement plans are, straight ahead. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
Welcome back and welcome to Tuesday. Thanks for waking up with us this morning on Good Morning Suncoast. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. What a difference a day makes. Yesterday was 46 degrees. No, yesterday was 70. Today's 46,
Yes,
so we've
yes.
lost about 24 degrees.
But ladies, it is a boot alert morning. Your ankle boots, your knee-high boots, your thigh-high boots, it's a boot alert morning. You can rock them today.
And guys, wear pants.
And please wear pants.
Speaking of pants, John Scalzi's here.
You know, it's even colder than that in some locations. We've had some independent weather stations, weather watchers reporting with temperatures in the 30s in inland areas. Becky in Omayak, traditionally a colder place, comes in with 33 degrees, but Al in Northport, happy birthday, Al, comes in with 38 degrees. Mark in Palmetto, 39 degrees. Cooper, Central Sarasota, comes in with 46, and that's kind of representative of what a lot of us are feeling who are not in that particularly cold part of Central Suncoast. Looking at a few fair weather clouds moving across the region, nothing really all that heavy today. A lot of sunshine in the forecast. But despite the sunshine, our temperatures don't rise all that much. We only get into the mid-60s today, which represents about a 10-degree below average daytime high temperature, so some chilly weather ahead. 48 degrees by 7 o'clock this morning, 59 degrees by lunchtime, and then we just top it out in the mid-60s. Complete forecast in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic right now. Not too much to report so far in Manatee County. A little blip there at 70 and 301. That'll pass in no time. Let's go to the northern half now of Sarasota County. A little red there on the screen east of the interstate on Fruitville Road and also at the 301-41 split. Let's check farther south now on the map. So all clear so far. After all, it is 6:32 a.m. We'll check back on that in about 15 minutes. Let's check now on a live picture of the Lee Wetherington Club. That is the Boys and Girls Club on Fruitville, not too far, just east of the fairgrounds there. There's a two-day summit that begins today. More than 250 local leaders will arrive to discuss what Sarasota and Manatee counties can do to support vulnerable families or families in need. It's called the Generation Summit. Stephanie?
Well, today, President Trump is going to be making his first visit to California since he became president. Now, this trip comes just a week after the Trump administration sued the state over its immigration policies. John Lawrence has a look at the president's agenda for the day.
After being in office for more than 400 days, on Tuesday, President Trump finally sets foot in California, and border security remains high on his agenda.
But I will say we will build a wall. We have to build a wall. We have to build a wall. And the Democrats are holding it back.
While in the Golden State, Mr. Trump will inspect preliminary models of the wall he has long wanted to build between the U.S. and Mexico.
I think that this is an important thing that the president has talked about, the safety and security of the country, and strongly feels that the wall is a big part of that, and he's going to look at those prototypes.
Not everyone is happy with this presidential visit. There were a number of anti-Trump protests in the state on Monday. Mr. Trump lost California in the 2016 election, and there's been friction with the state ever since then. Last month, Mr. Trump blasted California officials for their handling of immigration issues.
We get no help from the state of California. They are doing a lousy management job.
This president has thrown blanket statements that has been nothing but outrageous insults. And we cannot sit down, we cannot stay home and not respond to his hateful rhetoric.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Meanwhile, a spokesman for the San Francisco Division of Immigration and Customs Enforcement resigned this week. James Schwab said he was fed up with what he calls, quote, falsehoods spread by the administration. Well, switching gears and coming back home, some major changes could be coming to one of our largest state parks in the area. The 616-acre Lake Manatee State Park is getting a new look and maybe some new amenities.
A 10-year plan will be unveiled today. Our Marla Spence is live with a preview from Lakewood Ranch at the East Manatee Fire Rescue. Marla?
Yes, Stephanie and Ray, it may be cold out here this morning, but that is not going to stop park goers from coming right here to meet with state park officials on possible improvement plans for Lake Manatee State Park. Today, the Florida Department of Environmental Protection's Division of Recreation and Parks will be discussing proposed plans that could change the way people enjoy the park. Those changes are the expansion of group camping areas, fishing docks along with shoreline Lake Manatee, and additional pavilions for picnics and equestrian facilities for improved horseback riding for Golfer Trailhead. Also, the improvement and repair of 8 existing facilities, 600 feet of trail, and 0.25 miles of road are proposed in a 10-year plan for Lake Manatee State Park. So far, the park has a capacity of 1,300, and with these proposed new plans, it could expand to an extra 200 people per day. Reporting live in Manatee County, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Marla. Well, spring break season is underway and some Suncoast beaches are already seeing some big crowds. One of those busy places is Beer Can Island, located at the northern end of Longboat Pass on Longboat Key. There's going to be more police there this year patrolling the area over the next few weeks. A steady increase in visitors on the island has led to officers keeping a closer eye on the activity there.
I've got 2 boats on the water over the weekends, and I've increased my beach patrol, foot patrol, and ATV patrol by 3, and I have my regular complement of officers that are on patrol around the island as well. So we have about 10 additional officers.
Longboat Key police say for those beachgoers who may get out of control, they do risk receiving a citation. In some cases, you could even get arrested. Spring break for students in Sarasota and Manatee counties will run from March 26th through March 30th.
A follow-up now on an apparent gunshot last week or firecrackers that temporarily closed a Sarasota County park. Somebody reported hearing either bullets or firecrackers at the Urfer Park at the corner of Bee Ridge and Honore. And while some at the park were concerned now, the sheriff's office says whatever it was an isolated incident.
Safety is our #1 priority in presenting safe parks to our community, and we work hand in hand with the sheriff's office to make sure that our visitors and residents have a fun and safe experience.
Detectives still aren't sure what those noises were. If you can help, call Crime Stoppers at 366-TIPS.
An update now on the search for a man wanted for murder in Manatee County. Sheriff's deputies are looking for 18-year-old Jacorian Lee. Now, they say he shot and killed Tommy Brown Jr. while he sat in his car Sunday night. Deputies believe that Lee went up to Brown's car and the two started arguing. Once that fight escalated, investigators believe that Lee got into the back seat and then shot Brown. Anyone with information is asked to call the Manatee County Sheriff's Office.
An update this morning on an unusual shooting at a workplace in Plant City. According to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, 1 person was killed, 2 others injured at a barn construction company. Deputies say the company owner, a Richard Bliss, shot 2 men who lived there. And when a relative was nearby and heard the shots, he ran inside and shot Bliss. When deputies arrived, the owner was dead and 2 others were injured. The shooting is still under investigation. For the latest on breaking news and the forecast, check out our new app. You can find it in the App Store under My Suncoast or under WWSB.
Well, after months of literally being on ice, a judge has finally decided just who gets custody of Charles Manson's body. Manson's grandson, Jason Freeman, who lives in Bradenton, says he plans to cremate his father's remains and hold a small family ceremony. It's not yet been decided who's going to retain the rights to Manson's estate. That includes music royalties and murder memorabilia. Not even kidding on that. Manson died last November at the age of 83. He spent 46 years in prison for his role in that murder spree that left actress Sharon Tate and 6 others dead back in August of 1969.
We have new details about an outbreak of Legionnaires disease in a Northport community. The state says they found Legionella bacteria in a hot tub, in a hot water heater rather, at the fitness area of Island Walk. 13 people tested positive for the disease in late February. Health officials say the water heater temperature was only 91 degrees, which is not hot enough to restrict the growth of Legionella.
The Sarasota Police Department is one of many groups participating in the Hiring Our Heroes job fair in Tampa today. Hiring managers from local and national companies will be on hand at the expo. Now, this event is free and it is open to active duty service members, the Guard and National Reserve, veterans, and military spouses as well. It's going to be held at Amalie Arena from 9 o'clock this morning until 2 o'clock. All registered vets and military spouses who attend the event will also get 2 free tickets to tonight's Lightning game. Go Bolts.
That's a nice incentive
right?
program.
I know, that's a great thing. I like that. All right, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest in your first alert weather and traffic, and
schools around the country plan a walkout in honor of victims at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. We'll have a preview when we come back. But first, a peek at Long Island right now. This is how it appears on the roadway up there.
They are going so fast out there. They're waiting for that third nor'easter. It's going to be a chilly day along there as well. Not so chilly here. What's it going to look like today, John Scalzi?
Well, not that chilly, that's for sure. The good news is for your morning commute, all of our weather boxes are unchecked this morning. Should be a fine drive time. Just cool. Temperatures in the low 50s outside with clear skies, low 60s on the way home tonight, and a little breezy perhaps. 10 out of 10 chance of an outside recess, low 60s with full sun. Complete forecast in a few.
My name is Stephen Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been arrested in the state of Florida, the state attorney's office is already working on your prosecution. It's time to work on your defense. So give us a call. We've got your back.
Alex Karras Lincoln's 40th anniversary sale. Drive a brand new 2018 Lincoln MKC for $279 per month or the Lincoln MKZ for $299 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, where our mission statement is consistent commitment. Every client, every time. Located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions Now.
Call 1-800-565-7740. That's 1-800-565-7740.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Many locations this morning in the mid to upper 40s, as we are at the airport with 48. But some places are actually even a little cooler than that. Dew point value coming in at 39. Very dry air in place thanks to that frontal boundary that came through yesterday with those few scattered showers. Northeast wind at about 5. Across the region, we've got 44 in Wauchula and Arcadia, 45 in Myakka. We have some pockets in areas of the Myakka River Valley that are coming in the 30s. Also up toward areas of Palmetto coming in the 30s as well, upper 30s. Becky in Myakka reported in with 33 degrees at her house. She's traditionally in a cooler location, though. Bradenton comes in at 46, Sarasota at 48, 51 in Inglewood and in Venice. So chilly temperatures today will not rise all that much compared to where we normally would find ourselves at this time of year. We're at 59 degrees by 12 noon. That's it. By 3 p.m. under lots of sunshine, only 65 degrees. Normally we'd be at about 75, so cool and even cooler as we head into the evening with temperatures back into the 50s. We'll bottom it out tonight when you wake up tomorrow morning at a temperature that's pretty close to where we are right now in the upper 40s. Quiet on radar. Don't expect to see anything forming here. It's going to be a very cool day today, but it's also going to be a very dry day as well. A little bit of clear sky extending all the way back toward the Gulf waters, but you move north and it's not so clear. It's actually a real problem with this nor'easter again developing and moving off to the northeast. We've got some heavy bursts of snow now around the Boston area and Providence area where they could see a foot of snow. High pressure, the dominant weather feature for us, builds in as that nor'easter departs the United States a little later today and into tomorrow. High pressure builds and brings us a beautiful day with decreasing winds as it moves closer to us. We'll see those wind speeds decrease, but we still have issues with the winds throughout the first half of the day anyway. Small craft advisory up till 4, and we have a rip current advisory and a high surf advisory up till 7 o'clock tonight. We'll watch for a cool day today, but clear skies and warmer as we head into the weekend. I'm sure we're all looking forward to that. We'll see daytime high temperatures remain sunny and dry and pleasant, I guess, if you like the cooler temperatures, for about 3 days in a row. But as I mentioned, the wind's up just a little bit today, 10 to 15 on open waters, bringing a moderate chop on your bay and inland waters, 4 to 6 foot seas out there. So over the next several days, if you like the cooler temperatures, we'll be in the mid-60s for both today and tomorrow. On Thursday, maybe a little bit warmer, but not much. Friday, we do start to warm up to about 72 degrees. And then over the weekend, we're back into the mid to upper 70s with a chance of rain on Monday. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take another look outside. First alert traffic out there this morning. The roads are running pretty smooth. Starting to see some slowdowns right there around 301 as well as State Road 70, and starting to see some congestion on 41 as well, and that's all in Manatee County. Heading farther south into Sarasota counties, those roads are looking pretty decent. Quite a few slowdowns, though, on University Parkway that we typically see around this time in the morning, as well as some slowdowns on Fruitville Road as well. A little farther south in the area, those roads are actually looking pretty decent so far. Not too much congestion or anything to see, and not too much gridlock around this time of the day. Farther south toward Venice and South Venice, and if you're heading into the Port Charlotte or Punta Gorda areas, those roads are looking pretty decent this morning. 647, that is your first alert traffic.
Now looking farther north at some other situations. Look at this weather out there in Boston.
I don't want that situation. That situation does not seem good. No, it is coming down out there. Yeah. Snow blowing sideways this morning, boats rocking in all their docks. They're being hit with their third nor'easter now.
34 degrees in Boston right now makes our 46 seem better, but we're going to hit a high of 65 today.
Yeah, sorry about that, Boston.
Yeah.
All right, well, today is the first day of a summit aimed at preventing poverty in Sarasota and Manatee counties. Two-day
event at the Boys and Girls Club of Sarasota County. We've got a live picture of that for you as well right now. This is the very empty building. They'll soon be quite busy. More than 250 local leaders will arrive there today to discuss ways that Sarasota and Manatee counties can support families in need. The summit revolves around the two-generation or two-gen approach that focuses on creating opportunities and addressing needs of both kids and their parents. It incorporates four major components: educational opportunities, economic support, social capital, and health and well-being as well.
Well, students are demanding action after that mass shooting in Parkland. And here, students in both Manatee and Sarasota counties, ranging from elementary and middle schools to high schools, will take part in a nationwide walkout tomorrow, organized by students, teachers, and school administrators. That walkout will happen tomorrow morning around 10 o'clock for 17 minutes in honor of the 17 students who lost their lives at Stoneman Douglas High School.
All right, 6:48 right now. Still had your top 7 headlines before we head out the door at 7 o'clock this morning.
That is right. And we've been talking about all morning. The third major nor'easter in 2 weeks is going to be hitting the Northeast as we speak. We're going to have more coming up on that for you as well. But ooh, look at our view outside.
Yes.
It's so much nicer.
Aesthetically pleasing.
Yes, it's bright, it's warm.
You are watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
I just had a very educational ride with Nina.
Did you learn anything?
Where do I begin? So all this stuff goes into a safety check.
Yep.
It's a long list.
It's important stuff.
Test the smoke detector.
Yep.
Check the breaker box.
Yep.
Meter the GFCIs.
Ground fault circuit interrupters.
Why do that?
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Nina, you make it look easy.
Thanks, but don't do it yourself.
Who's your guy?
My California Closets designer is a rock star. She was able to design the most beautiful space for me. When I turn the lights on, it's breathtaking. La! It's just a little slice of organized heaven. The California Closet team was so professional, so reliable. It was seriously a dream come true. My name is Jill, and this is my California Closet story.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Get to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota for big savings during the spring sales event and shop the area's largest selection of 7-passenger vehicles. Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $23,999. Or get off-road capability with the comfort of an SUV in your new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Drive away in a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Want the latest weather and traffic conditions wherever you go? Introducing ABC7's revolutionary new First Alert weather app. With our state-of-the-art new weather app, you get up-to-the-minute weather alerts, interactive radar maps, current conditions, 10-day forecasts, real-time traffic maps, and weather video from ABC7, all at your fingertips. And it's free. Just search Suncoast WX in the App Store and download onto all your devices today. Sponsored by Mr. Sparky.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Coming up this morning on Good Morning America, the third major nor'easter in just 2 weeks is starting to slam the Northeast with more than a foot of snow and high winds in some areas. That storm is expected to last through the day. More this morning on GMA. And of course, we want to make sure that you are ready for the day.
Here are the top 7 things you need to know. First off, here's John Scalzi.
Thanks, Ray. Taking a look at the weather takeaway today. The headlines are, of course, another cool day on the Sun Coast. Several cool days in a row, actually. But rain-free right straight through the remainder of this work week into the weekend, but a warmer weekend ahead. Today, cool but sunny. 51 by 9 o'clock. By noon, we'll have 59 degrees, 65 degrees as we head into the daytime high of about 3 o'clock. It will taper it off into the 50s this evening. That's your weather takeaway.
All right, number 2, let's check the first alert traffic right now. A peek at the roads on Manatee County, showing some buildup in the usual spots on 301 and 70, so be aware of that. Farther south, not much to report so far, so we'll track that throughout the morning. But first, our third is out to Lakewood Ranch and Marla Spence.
I'm live at the East Manatee Fire Rescue District, where state park officials will be asking local park goers for their input on major improvements to Lake Manatee State Park. That meeting is from 5:30 to 7:30 tonight. Those major improvements could mean the capacity of the state park from 1,300 people daily to 1,500 people.
Number 4, President Trump will make his first trip to California since Election Day. He'll inspect some options for a Mexican border wall. Several 30-foot high different options will be lined up for him.
Number 5, a nationwide student walkout is scheduled for tomorrow morning to honor the 17 victims of the Parkland High School shooting.
Number 6, today is the first day of a 2-day summit aimed at preventing the cycle of poverty in Sarasota and Manatee counties. This is a live picture of the Lee Weatherton Center, the Boys and Girls Club off Fruitville Road in Sarasota County.
And number 7, guess what? Did you know that money can actually buy you happiness? A new study found that money can make you happier. Here in the U.S., $95,000 is the salary that makes you happy. That's actually, now remember that Purdue University did this study. It is the amount that makes you feel that you're worthy on your job, but you are not being taken advantage of. And the study also found that if you make more than $95,000, you start to feel like you have to buy more stuff, houses, cars, to keep up with the Joneses. Isn't that interesting?
That's the tipping point right
there.
there.
That is the tipping point. You got to know like how much money is your happy place.
I know the average salary in Sarasota is about half of that, so I'm sure a lot of folks would say, yes,
not so heavy.
Sign me up for that.
Yes, we'll take the $95,000 to be happy. Not a terrible number, right?
Yeah.
Ah, pretty good actually. Pretty good.
Or the Mega Millions. I feel like I could make happiness with all of that too.
Well, sometimes household incomes combines to make that much.
Yes,
so
that is true.
Is that what they're talking about?
It's the balance. It's that fine balance of having enough so that you're happy and you can, do some, take a nice vacation and be happy, but not too much so that you feel stressed out.
Well, you want to grab a jacket this morning. Yesterday at this hour it was 70. Today it's about upper 40s and goes to the 60s later on there, right, John?
Yeah, right. And that is going to be true for the next couple of days as well. So some chilly temperatures coming our way. That story before reminded me of what I think it was Ella Fitzgerald said, that I've been rich, I've been poor, and rich is better.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take that one.
I think that's
Ella's
true,
a smart woman.
Let's go live to Long Island now. Here's a live picture of what's going on up north with your friends and relatives up there. Ooh. Not a pretty picture whatsoever.
Oh, yeah, we'll take that. And, of course, there's lots more on this storm as well. We're going to have it on Good Morning America, and that is straight ahead.